Hi, this is Clint Sparkman. I'm going to document our brew day today. We've got a bunch of guys over. We're going to be doing 2 batches of Hefeweizen and Dunkelweizen, 10 gallons each. This is the brew stand we're going to use. Single tier, 3 kegs. On the right is the hot liquor tank, where we do heat hot water for the sparge. In the middle is the mash lauter tun, where we're going to mash the grains, and on the right is the brew kettle. On the hot liquor tank, we've got a combination of a sight glass with a probe for a digital thermometer, and same thing on the mash lauter tun. For the mash lauter tun, we use a false bottom as a filtering mechanism. We have a March pump to transfer liquid from one keg to another. We're about to get started. We got a lot of guys here today. We're going to do 2 recipes of Hefeweizen and Dunkelweizen. This is the Dunkel recipe. You can't really see it. It's a Brew Smith printout. We've already got our grains measured out. We're about to crush it with a barley crusher. Alright, we've got my dad and Skip grinding our grain in the barley crusher. We've got our mash tun full. I don't know if you can see the level with the sight glass there. Right at 8 gallons for mashing. Alright, we're ready to mash in. We're going to mash in actually really low today. This is the digital thermometer going in for the mash lauter tun. It's 112 degrees, so we're going to mash in low and do a beta glucan rest to break up the gums in the wheat. Hopefully we can avoid a stuck mash, and then we'll raise the temperature up to saccharification rest. Good. Alright, we are done with our first rest. We've got the wort recirculating right now. We've got the burner on. And we're going to raise the temperature from 113 up to 153. So one thing I've done for step mashes is I've installed a temperature probe on the pump so that I can catch the temperature coming out of the bottom of the keg mash tun while we're doing step mashes. So this is the temperature showing out of the bottom of the mash tun right now, 143 degrees compared to 118 degrees inside the mash. So this is just to make sure that we're not superheating our wort too high, so we want to avoid denaturing the enzymes. So we can still get a good saccharification test. Alright, so at this point we have finished our mash. We stepped the temperature up to 153 degrees. We kept it there for about 40 minutes. And we're still recirculating with the burner on. We're going to raise it up to about 165 degrees for a mash out. And at this point we're also heating our sparge water. So we're going to heat that up to about 175 degrees right now. And then we'll start sparging. Alright, at this point we're sparging. I do a batch sparge. So we're doing our first runnings now. I'm draining the wort from the mash tun down through the pump up into the brew kettle. Our sparge water is already heated up to 175 degrees. So the mash tun is draining. The brew kettle's filling. And then once this is done, I'll transfer 2 different batches of sparge water from the hot liquor tank over to the mash tun. Each time I'll stir it, recirculate it, and then transfer it into the brew kettle. Alright, we are done sparging brew number 1, starting to boil on it. We've got sparge water for the Dunkel heating right now. Again, we're going to do a beta glucan rest on it. And we're milling our grains for the Dunkel right now. Alright. Alright, we are mashing in on our second batch, the dunkel. First batch, the Heppy, is almost to a boil. So while this one's boiling, we'll be doing our mash and our step and sparge and all that stuff over here. We have our boil going on the Heppy. We've added 2.5 ounces of crystal hops. We're going to boil for 90 minutes. Very full. I think we've got probably 14 gallons here. Mark's making it a smoked Heppy. Here we've got our mash. We've already done our rest at 105. We've got it recirculating. Right now we've got the burner on, and we're going to raise it to 153 for our saccharification rest. Alright, at the moment we've got all 3 burners going. We're done with our mash, so we're mashing out the dunkel. We are still in the final stages of our boil, and we're finishing up heating our sparge water. So this is kind of the epitome of the usefulness of a brew stand. With 3 burners, you can have 3 things heating at once. We're going to get 2 10-gallon batches done today in about 6 hours. Alright, we are chilling batch number 1. So from our boil kettle, we've got a line going down through the pump into the counterflow chiller. From the counterflow chiller, we've got an immersion chiller, basically in a copper coil that goes up. Right now we're just recirculating back into the boil kettle. We've got a inline thermometer, which is reading 62 degrees right now. So we're going to let that recirculate for just a minute, and then we'll dump it into the ferment. Alright, now we're putting everything through the chillers into the carboy, and it's going in at 66 to 68 degrees right now. Okay, at this point we are done chilling batch number 1. We're sparging batch number 2, and then we'll boil and chill just like the first one. And so that's it. We got the dunkel going into the boil kettle right now. Oh, and we still have leftover crawfish that these guys are getting rid of right over here.